Glee. I'm so Glee. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's so crazy. It's so dumb of me. You Psych fans are the best fans, just under Chuck fans, I will say. But we all love pineapples, so we have something in common. It really, really means a lot to me that the cast and creators of Psych have been so loving with their time and with you guys for the last 3 years. And it's meant so much to me that you guys have cared so much to buy tickets and be with us at Nerd HQ for the last 3 years. Who's been here before? I love it. And who's here for the first time? And are you as excited as they are? Fantastic, fantastic. Well, we have an amazing lineup for you guys today. Hold on. I have my little cheat sheet just so I don't get anybody's name wrong. Are we ready to rock? Are we ready to go? Okay, and everybody, you guys do realize that you just raised $5,000 for Operation Smile with your donations, so that's a huge thing. We're ready? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, what? Oh, please turn your phones on silent. No filming and no flash. You can take pictures, but no filming and no flash. And I have my bruisers all around here who won't actually accost anyone, but they will give you really dirty looks. Really. We're still yeah. Oh, yeah. So check this out. So if you have a question, you raise your hand, and they're just going to pick on you. I mean, not pick on you, pick you to stand up, and you just stand up and you talk. We have microphones laid all over the audience, so we don't have to wait for a mic to be handed to you. If you get picked, you stand up and you ask your question. Sounds good? All right. Now, does that sound good? I mean, come on. I put a lot of thought into that. That's so much better. All right. Without any further ado, please welcome producers Chris Henze, Kelly Kulchak, creator Steve Franks, and your stars James Roday and Dulé. Ho!
What's happening, Nerd HQ?
This is awesome.
All right, now what do we do?
Yeah, Zach just like introduced us and walked off, huh?
He just left us here
Like, gotta
alone.
be real careful.
There he is,
being
he's
friends
back.
with Zach.
Hey, Zach, don't worry about it. We got it. Hey, did anybody see the musical last night?
Wow.
Who's better, Dulé or James? Let's go. Dulé,
Neither.
James. That man danced. He did not want to dance. And the moves he had were amazing.
Did you guys see Steve as the chimney sweep?
Even my own children didn't recognize me in that. I have to stop when I do a cameo. I have to stop covering myself in dirt, soot, and putting myself in giant top hats. It's a thing I'm going to stop doing. Dulé Hill, by the way, how about that dancing last night, huh?
Sure, why not? I like your outfit, by the way. What? Is that like a laser tag?
Totally laser tag.
I love laser tag. What?
Wait, are they doing Laser Tag, the movie, this year? Because I want to write that.
Question, did you have the helmet? Did you have the laser tag helmet growing up? I did.
This is my mom, and we can talk about her later.
Oh, okay.
So my question, especially for the producers, is what part, if any, does the feedback of social media play in the creative process?
Chris, do you want to take this one?
It does. It does. Oddly enough, we are so full of ourselves that we sit around and read as much as we can for feedback, and we do take it into consideration. I think when we're thinking about things to do.
They definitely tell us when they don't like what we did.
That's true.
Some.
Wondering if there's a chance that Emilio Estevez will turn up this year to complete the Breakfast Club team.
You know, we would love to have Emilio on the show. I think you all should just like flood his Twitter feed. You know? It's at Emilio the.
By the way, we did this. We shot what essentially became a 90-minute musical and airs for 2 hours. We shot this in 14 days with 1 day of rehearsal. 1 day of rehearsal, which was a weekend. Yeah, that's these guys. And we did this thing they call French hours, which is a film term, which means you have, for that opening sequence, we had essentially 8 hours to shoot that entire opening sequence, 10 different spots, 10 different locations. We thought we had a lot longer than that, but then we found out that we had 8 hours to load in, finish, load up the trucks, and be gone from the location. So we were racing, and you can see the sun going down in the ocean on the very last shot as those guys walk away. I mean, it was the last bit of daylight, and these guys are just, I can't say enough about how fantastic they were, and the fact that I had each and every one of them dancing on stairs in just about every song.
I remember with that opening number, once I went home, my body was like, what are you doing? I felt it in my legs for a few days. Oh, you got a question? Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Hi again, Mr. Hill. I saw you last night.
How you doing?
Good yourself.
I'm still waking up.
It's okay. I had 3 cups of coffee.
All right. Thank you.
So, sorry. My name's Javon, and I'm a huge fan. And I have been watching your show ever since the pilot. And so, it's a great family show. I watch it with my mom and my dad, and we love it so much. How does it feel? This is a question for all you guys. To have such a great cast and crew that, brings so much joy to millions of viewers.
Roday.
Well, I think that's probably the single most gratifying part of what we or anyone that does what we do, can achieve is you're up for us, we're in Vancouver and we're in a little bubble and we do this thing, and then, when it actually reaches someone and they actually care about it, it's the closest thing we get to contributing to society. You know what I mean? It's we're not doing anything really. So knowing that some families can come together and maybe for an hour a week turn their brains off and just laugh together and enjoy what we do, that's about as good as it gets, at least from our side of things.
I mean, there's nothing better than knowing that families are going around and saying, "Suck it." Good morning, Mom. Suck it.
That is so funny because I have 2 teenagers, a 14 and a 16-year-old, and they're in a long car ride, and they kept, "Suck it, you suck it." And I was like, we don't say that to each other unless you sing it. So now when they look at it, they'll be like, suck it.
We sometimes forget, too, how young the kids are that are watching, and we'll be on the set, and I remember we were sending a script up, and the next day we have, of course, the nicknames, and it's my own fault. I thought the name Fellatio del Toro was really funny. And I've had several people approach me after that saying, "Thank you for teaching my kids the word fellatio."
You Googled it.
My question is for Steve, and I apologize if this question has already been asked a million times, but do you think that you would ever make a CD of all the different variations of the theme song?
That is something that we should get in there and talk to our network about it, because we have an entire musical that's ready for a soundtrack, right? We're shooting season 8 right now, and Dulé Hill may or may not have a song or 2 that comes in one of the episodes. And it was funny, after doing the musical, it's like, why weren't we doing one of these a year? And then James says, "I know exactly why we're not doing one of these a year."
You'd be doing it without me.
But I mean, we've gotten Julie Cruz, we've gotten Kurt Smith to do it. It's been
Boys
really
to Men.
Boys to Men. So I would love that if we can sort of get a sort of ground campaign building up for that. I think that would be something, whenever this musical actually ends, I think 2017 possibly, then I think that's something we should definitely do.
Sure. That's a good question. I don't know if we're doing. I think we're doing something this year. I'm not sure exactly what it is that we're doing.
I don't.
I don't know what we're doing this year. I think we're
You know
doing
what?
something.
The social team is so fantastic at USA, and they've really led us through the process. We're kind of game for doing anything in the writers' room, and these guys. Oh. But and we get a lot of help because we've got a lot of our support team and our assistants and our script coordinators and people that have been with us for a long time really help out on the show, and on these webisodes and the digital and the social stuff. And so it gives them an opportunity, I think, to really dig in and help us out. And then we get there, and as much as we complain about doing it because it's extracurricular and it sort of takes the focus sometimes off of the episodes you're working on, when we get there, we're excited about it because it's funny and it's fun, and you get some fresh voices that have worked with us forever to kind of come in. And Kirsten Nelson directed, of course, the last one. Also. And she just directed an amazing episode that most people haven't seen, including the network yet. We just finished cutting it. So wait for that, too. But it's great. We love it. We love it.
How about you right there?
My question is, I've had a ton of favorite episodes over the years. What has been your favorite episode to produce or act in? And whose idea was the pineapple? And thank you guys for all you do for your fans.
Well, thank you all for loving us. We love you back. For me, it's definitely American Duos. That by far, like to me, that really started to set the tone of where what Psych was. And the fact that I got a chance to dress up as Michael Jackson, do a moonwalk across the stage, screaming fans, even though they weren't really fans, they were paid to be there. And then John Landis being in the wings, who actually directed Thriller. It was a surreal moment for me. So that's my favorite episode.
We did a little something called Dual Spires. Yeah. That was just me getting to be a fanboy and hang out with a bunch of the cast members from Twin Peaks. That was my favorite television show of all time. And it was like I got to step into our own little version of Twin Peaks for a week. It was pretty awesome.
Roday would come to set every morning. Oh my gosh! Oh gosh! Dana Ashbrook!
That's pretty much what that's what happened.
And if you think James has gone obscure with his longtime crushes, wait till you see the last episode we're shooting this season. He's gonna surprise you all. But Chris, you have a favorite episode?
It's really hard for me. I have a lot of favorite episodes. There's too many of them. But from Vampires, which James. To the Black Capella episodes, Dulé was fantastic in. There's one coming up that we'll just call London that Steve wrote and directed that is fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The musical, of course, I think has to be a favorite. It was such a labor of love for Steve. There's too many. There's too many.
Kelly, we need to hear from you at some point.
I would have to say, I keep saying the pilot because it was just that, first experience and you got to see the whole show kind of like unfold before your eyes. But one of the favorite episodes is Scary Sherry, which was the first time that James directed an episode, and it was just sort of seeing the show through his eyes and how he saw his Sean visions and the fact that he did most of it handheld, and it just had, I think, a completely different look than our show. And it was such a great experience to sort of watch one of the people that you're watching all the time get behind the camera and go, this is how I see
But
it.
you're talking about Tuesday the 17th.
Oh, Tuesday the 17th. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tuesday the 17th. The 17th.
And I guess if I had to answer, I mean, the musical was just a life-changing experience for me, just because we talked about it so long, and there were so many challenges. And the day that we said, okay, we're doing it, and they're like, who's going to write the songs? I said, I am, and the network went, really?
But you guys could just sing popular songs that are on the radio now. I don't don't even think of the musical as an episode though. I think of it as like your third child, and it's over there somewhere on its own special island. Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Steve, who's gonna write the musical? Me. Who's gonna do the songs? Me. Who's gonna direct it? Me.
I'm not an egomaniac, I promise you.
Who's gonna play Sean? I guess that guy.
Sure. That you? With the shades? Yep.
I just had a quick question. We're all, I think, super excited for and super proud of Maggie, but can you give us a few details of how this is going to work?
You sound like the network.
I think, like nature in Jurassic Park, we find a way. And so there's, we found some tricky ways to make it, I mean, we're all immensely proud of Maggie and excited for this opportunity. And we figured it out. I think we figured it out.
USA was great about, in our studio, it was great about working with ABC, and ABC was great about working with the studio, and the schedules lined up. So she's working on Psych right now. That's all I know.
I would say, I know her new show films here in LA, so I could just say Maggie spends a lot of time on the plane. Going back and forth.
But she's all over season 8, you guys, so never fear.
Who's next?
Oh, you got a question, right? You got a question.
Okay. I just.
Nice jacket.
Oh, thank you. I was wondering which of Gus's nicknames are your favorites?
I always go back to the first one, Gus Silly Pants Jackson. Because I remember when we filmed that, Roday just kind of pulled that out. And after the take, I was like, what did you call me? And that kind of started the whole trend. I like that one. I like Lavender Gooms. That's actually the name of my great aunt. But there's too many of them, but those would be my two favorite ones right there.
How about you?
If you guys were to do a Rocky Horror Picture Show themed episode, who would you cast as characters? Who addresses who?
I'm gonna leave this one to Roday. You can answer this one.
Well, I don't think there's any question that Amundsen is Frankfurter. I mean,
You like that?
I do Kurt Fuller as Riff Raff.
yeah, I would go there. Yeah. I think Tim would actually kill us to do that. He might be able to retire after that. Yeah, Tim would definitely lead the way on a Rocky Horror episode.
We're pointing to somebody over here. This guy?
Yeah.
I really like when actors bring a little something of their own to the role, and then it becomes kind of like a running gag, and you bring it back, and you guys kind of have "Come on, son" and "Suck it" and stuff like that. But James, I really specifically want to know where did you get where Sean says "me" in a very specific way?
That is
Me.
the genesis of me. Is a character that Dulé and I created on the set of the guy who only cares about himself and needs to know how many shots he has left in the day. And he has an island sort of Caribbean accent. And he asks the AD, how many shots are left in the day.
No, we have the coverage there, we have the cold cover over there, we have the 2 shots over there, but what I need to know is how many more shots are going to involve me?
So it's that guy who also found his way into the show.
Most of those things that you see us do on the show is started off camera, with us just fooling around in between shots, and then next thing you know, someone does it in a take, and it has a life of its own.
And Come On, Son, of course, we can't take credit for that at all. That's Ed Lover.
That's right.
And usually what happens
boss.
at the genesis of those bits is that they're created on set, they're shot, they send them down. The 3 of us are sitting editing, and we're like, what the hell was that? Why did they keep doing that? Cut that out. And then a few slip through the cracks, and then people love them, and we go, all right, it's a thing.
It's like with Come On Son, I saw Ed's, his online, Come On Son online, and I was rolling in my trailer, I was crying. I said, Roday, you gotta come see this, you gotta come see this. Check out Ed's thing. And we both checked it out, and then we had to go wait and put it right in the scene right after that. It was like, come on, son, don't you go Ed Lover on me.
And then what else? There's last year was.
And that's something I used to do with my cousins all the time.
And they write it in the script. It's Gus smacks. A smack. And I kept going, what is this? And
The best one of those was in Santa Barbara Town 2, and you guys had a whole argument with just the smacks in the bookstore.
I really enjoy the episodes with Gus's family, and I want to go who you guys think will be his next father. And also, is there any plans for maybe Lassie's dad or mom coming into the picture?
Never done that.
We've seen Lassie's mom.
We've seen Lassie's mom and her lover several times. She's never.
Lassie's dad would be cool.
Yeah, Lassie's dad.
Lassie's dad was never around. I mean, you have to say that Brolin was sort of his sort of surrogate father there in the High Noonish.
I don't know if we're gonna see Gus's new dad anytime soon. I think Steve has been pitching me. Steve, who's gonna play my next dad? Me. I'm like, Steve, I don't look anything like you. I know, but it's okay.
So, my roommate is black and I'm white, and we like to pretend that we're Sean and Gus sometimes.
Who's Sean and who's Gus?
But she wanted me to tell you she calls you guys her TV friends, and she just loves Sean and Gus, and she wants to know what to expect from the next season.
Well, I would have to say that season 8 is probably the most kind of character-driven season that we've done on the show. I think we're all maybe getting a little sentimental, and we're also all getting older, so...
Not me.
Except too late. Because black don't crack. And, that's,
Except on Gus. My black is cracking, Sean.
of where these people are headed, So there's that.
We've also done some huge swings, and we're literally taking the chains off in terms of what we're willing to risk. So if we fail horribly next year on one episode, just know we were shooting for the stars. We are remaking one of our old episodes.
We're fairly certain this is the first time that's ever been done in the history of television. And we hope that's a good thing. But yeah, we took an episode from very early in the show that we thought had potential but wasn't fully realized. And we remade it.
You could imagine the network's face when they pitched that out.
That was Chris Henze's idea too, to remake it.
One of the things that kind of came of that, the evolution of the remake was it was Andy's idea, Andy Berman, because it was his original episode. He rewrote it a little bit and directed it, but he decided we should, or you guys all decided when you were up there talking about take
role before. You have to really pay attention because on the last casting email, Chris says, "I don't remember any of these people."
How about these three guys from Vancouver? They've all been in other episodes, and I was like, don't remember.
I actually reintroduced myself to somebody. But in my defense, he did look way different.
He looked way different.
I was like, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Roday was like, you was on the last episode.
It wasn't even somebody from season 2. It was the guy that was on the last episode.
We also are doing, and I think this possibly is the first of its kind, the London episode is a mashup of a Guy Ritchie gangster London film and Harry Potter. Which naturally feels right? It's called Lock, Stock, Some Smoking Barrels, and Burton Guster's Goblet of Fire. So good luck, TV Guide, printing that. Right there inside. Well, the show has been winding down since season 3, really. We just refuse to go away. You know, we keep doing this as long as we can, and we're having fun. We're not at a loss for ideas. I mean, shows get more expensive, and things have to move on at some point. But we're just having fun right now, and we love doing it. We love each other, like often, and what? Hey man, get with the times. But we're having a lot of fun, and we're gonna ride this thing as long as it goes. And you know, there's all sorts of great opportunities out there. James, I have to mention this at least once, directed a film in the off season called Gravy.
Gravy.
And when this show does end, there's always the possibility of Psych movies. Not little Kickstarter $2 million Psych movies. I'm talking $180 million. Sean and
These are the psych outs from like the end of the episode. So do you guys have a favorite psych out that you guys have done?
I think for me it goes back to the pilot, because that's what started all the psych outs, and that was really just me and Roday acting a fool off camera, and then Michael Engler said, "No, let's put it in. Let's film it." And that was when I did Man in the Mirror. So that was my favorite, I think.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that. Because a lot of the psych outs sort of, once they became like a fun, popular thing that the network also enjoyed, it was almost like we had to think of a lot of them, as opposed to them happening kind of organically and off the cuff. But that first one was just pure, in the moment nonsense.
And the fun thing about that is we told them, we want to air this at the credits. It's like, you know, it's like a Burt Reynolds movie. It's the end of Smokey and the Bandit. And they said, okay, great. What song did you sing? It's like, oh, a Michael Jackson song. Be cheap.
Yeah. Back there.
You talked about developing more characters, and I was just wondering, is Woody also going to be like developed, or is he going to remain like a mystery and sort of random guy?
I think even when Woody is
a major presence in season 8, I'm not sure how many layers of the onion get peeled back, but you definitely get plenty of Woody for your dollar.
The musical last night was awesome.
Steve Franks.
So, my favorite reference on the show, I had to rewind it like 3 times, I couldn't believe you did it, was when Lassie jumps in and says, "I found Prince." And then Sean and Gus go, was he in a little red Corvette under the cherry moon? I couldn't believe it. But I believe that kind of stuff into my life all the time. It's hilarious. What are your guys' favorite references that maybe make it into your life or on the show?
I think my favorite one from the musical last night, and I'm very proud of this, that I got it in because I was trying to do it since season 2, is the Gus Don't Be in the musical is Gus Don't Be the very model of a modern Major General.
I don't know why I gave her such a deep voice. It cracked me up every time. It never made it. I think it was cut out the episode. Bless.
And by the way, there's a hidden reference in last night's episode. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
We love you, Rebecca. That's all I was.
I have no idea why I gave her a deep voice like that. Made me laugh, though.
There's a hidden reference in last night's episode is last year when we were wooing Zach to be in our musical, and then he got this huge movie. So I had named the character Z for him. I know. So look at that. You guys are the only ones who know that. And I kept it in there just as a tribute to what a great guy this guy is.
So if Zach doesn't show up on our show, you can blame Zach for being so damn busy.
we have time for one more. Who's got a really quick one? Who's quick? I'm gonna let them pick.
So you said that the musical, which was awesome last night, was your little third baby. But is the Yang character gone now, or is she gonna be in the future episodes?
First of all, you should have started that with spoiler alert.
I mean, we've managed to say goodbye to characters in the past, in the world as we know it, and then still get them back on our show. So I suppose anything is possible.
Jimmy Simpson's been on our show twice since he died.
That's true. 2 posthumous appearances for Mary Lightly.
I think we should do one more. How about that?
One more, sure. It's your panel. You do what you want to do.
All right, we're here all day, guys.
Hey, I didn't get to see the musical last night. They got to go. So I was wondering if you guys could sing something.
The truth of them, it's all good fun till an eye comes out. I'll do what I have to for my own safety and legality, 'cause technically it's a felony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's give it up.
Thank you, guys.
For your creators and cast of Psych. How was that, huh? Get out of here. Okay, so, oh man, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for giving them so much love. Not that that's a surprise. Hey, so, a couple of questions actually. Is it cooler in the room this year? Do you guys feel the air conditioning? Amen to that. All right. The other thing, too, is if you guys are coming back to any more panels, and I'll announce this at the panels, but just because we have the mics, we got monitors so we can hear you, but make sure you project a little bit so the rest of the people in the audience can hear the questions. Sound good? Okay, fantastic. And the last thing I'm going to say is, other than I love you all and you're all beautiful, beautiful people. Hey! I feel it. Is our lovely... We're going to be taking you guys out row by row, so if you don't mind, just chill. You can have a seat, relax a little bit, talk amongst yourselves. Hey, what a great panel that was. Yeah, I can't wait to go to another one. And we'll get you guys all out of here, okay? All right, I love you. I love you all.